Some things in life are just impossible. Riding your mountain bike to the top of Mount Everest, winning a debate over Star Trek versus STNG, convincing Bears fans that, yet again, they have not won the offseason. But nothing is more impossible than trying to decide which of Donald Trump's lies is the stupidest, the most ridiculous lie in the pantheon of demented Donnie's lies. Until now. That's right, I'm going out on a limb here and staking my claim that Trump topped even himself. Now, this lie ended up being lost in the midst of the tragedy of the American Airlines plane crash in D.C. involving a military helicopter, and Trump's disgusting attempt to blame that tragedy on Biden, Buttigieg, and DEI. So yes, I'm making a distinction here between Trump's most revolting lie and his most ridiculous lie. I'm going to show this lie in its entirety, and even though it seems particularly quirky and stupid, you should know it's anything but that. It was planned and calculated, so it was not just another whopper from the babbling village idiot we know as Orange Mussolini. And how do you know that as bat feces crazy as the lie is, that it was actually calculated? Because they put up a test balloon first. They sent her out like a lamb to be slaughtered, the 27-year-old with nothing to lose but her integrity. Well, she'd lost her integrity long before that, but nonetheless, they sent her out to tell the biggest, most laughable lie the press corps has ever heard. It was head-scratching obscene and stupid, but she stood up there and crowed it out.
Doge and OMB also found that there was about to be 50 million taxpayer dollars that went out the door to fund condoms in Gaza. That is a preposterous waste of taxpayer money.
And the press didn't touch that lie with a 10-foot pole. But her statement was fact-checked quickly and found out to be an outright, bold-faced lie. It was beyond distorting the numbers. It was a lie. The Guardian, for example, published this. According to a comprehensive report issued in September by the U.S. Agency for International Development, not a penny of the $60.8 million in contraceptive and condom shipments funded by the U.S. in the past year went to Gaza. In fact, the accounting shows there were no condoms sent to any part of the Middle East, and just one small shipment, $45,680 in oral and injectable contraceptives, was sent to the region, all of it distributed to the government of Jordan. So yes, first of all, of the nearly $61 million, it was not just condoms, it was other contraceptives as well. More importantly, The Guardian also confirmed that the vast majority of the money was sent to Africa. Newsflash, to date, very little territory controlled by Hamas in Africa, with the exception of this. The BBC captured this footage of Hamas testing out their secret submarine program. Note the advanced propeller system, so tiny, but it can move such a huge submersible. And just like that, it can disappear under the water and be used to attack Israel from the sea. Oh, and you think that's crazy talk? Well, then listen to Trump.
In that process, we identified and stopped $50 million being sent to Gaza to buy condoms for Hamas. 50 million. And you know what's happened to them? They've used them as a method of making bombs. How about that?
Yes, that's right. The Biden administration was shipping condoms to Hamas so that they can use them to create bombs. Trump has always made life difficult for the military, but can you imagine being part of the military guard and having to keep a straight face when he says this ridiculous crap? What is the point, and who on earth told him to say it? Well, The Guardian chimes in on that too. The Fox pundit Jesse Waters even claimed that the condoms were being used by Hamas militants as balloons to float explosives into Israel. Now, before you go and make fun of Jesse Waters, there's one thing you should consider here. He is, in fact, a trained military expert, having trained on both Call to Duty 1 through 4 and Castle Wolfenstein. So make no mistake about it, this was a coordinated PR claim, because as The Guardian points out, The idea that the United States government planned to spend $50 million to send condoms to Gaza quickly went viral, with an assist from Musk himself. Yeah, so the political party that is racing to every library shelf in the country, pulling books that have the word vagina in them, now can't stop talking about condoms being sent to Gaza. And not just any condoms, condoms that can be weaponized. It begs the question, which is better for this mission? Lubed, ribbed, or just regular? And how does a parent explain this to their 9-year-old? Well, one way you might try to explain it is with geography. Yes, The Guardian fact-checking Carol Lying-Levitt mentioned this. For the financial year 2023, the most recent for which data is available, only about $7 million worth of condoms were distributed globally by U.S. aid, and the vast majority of family planning funds, 89%, were spent on programs in Africa. Oh, we're back to Africa. So here's a little fun fact that will help you on Trivia Night. The name of the least populated province in Mozambique, with an area of 75,709 square kilometers and a population of 1.4 million is, wait for it, Gaza. Check it out, it's right there on Google Maps. Though I'm sure it will be removed quickly once this leaks out. But yes, Gaza province in Africa. Population 1.5 million people, 0 Hamas. The submarine program is in Botswana. So, of course, the knee-jerk reaction is to just laugh your tail off at how profoundly stupid Team Trump actually is. Because I have news for Team Trump. There's a Rome, Georgia, a London, California, and a Paris, Texas, which is also a great film written by Sam Shepard, directed by Wim Wenders, and starring Harry Dean Stanton and Nastasia Kinski. But let's not get sidetracked here. And it would be funny, except it's not just stupidity that's going on here. It's also insidiousness. They took a fact and made it a lie, then amplified it as part of a bigger plan. And whatever that plan was, it got swamped by our most recent national tragedy. But make no mistake about it, Trump's stupidest lie ever was a prelude. It was a preemptive justification. And I don't even want to know what exactly it is. But given Trump and his cronies, it will most certainly return. And it will most certainly be cruel, inhumane, and profitable. I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats.